Hi.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
We're recording.
Go.
Okay. Can you start the conversation?
No, I just asked you to.
Okay. So basically, we were talking about maybe life is a simulation. I mean, it might not be, but we were just talking about, like, if it is, and we were just some weird video game created, or something. If we were just something created by something, a thing bigger than us, probably much bigger, we were just talking about what, so I don't know how to describe, because I'm a child, and I know very few words.
Yeah, but you're doing awesome.
Okay.
Because you're super smart.
I'm using the words that I am
Yeah,
knowing.
you're doing such a good job. Yeah, we were just talking about very deep thinker here, my son. So proud. Yeah, I mean, the argument is
Well, we're not arguing, but
no
the conversation.
conversation or the debate is ultimately God. Does God exist? What is God? And also atheism, there's no God. And then there's agnostics that are the belief of, or the leaning towards of, we don't know, which I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of not knowing, but leaning into the know. Because the more we know, the more we find out we don't know. So with that, I don't think anything can be concluded. But it gets interesting with the whole debate with
I wouldn't have used the word debate.
Okay, that's fine. Living in a simulation. Because if we're living in a simulation, which a lot of apparently smart, quote-unquote, people believe, then who created that simulation? So that's a higher intelligence. So if we're calling that God, then okay, cool. Because that's higher than we can understand, right? So there you go. What do we do with that?
So basically, when my dad was like, okay, we gotta record this.
Say it louder.
Basically, when my dad was like, okay, we gotta record this, I was saying, what if this is all like some sort of video game? I mean, it might not be. Like, I was just saying the circumstances. Well, there aren't really circumstances. You know what I mean. So, oh wait. That's a... Psst. Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, anyways.
And talk loud.
Life is God Simulator is what we were basically talking about. And, well, like, so, have you ever played a video game where you are basically this person, you don't have an avatar, you're just like this thing that can move around, you can place objects here, place objects there and stuff.
Look into the screen when you're talking.
Yeah. And so, if, like, I mean, the video game download that we are in, if this is a thing, you know, is a very nice person. I mean, obviously, humans have made extremely bad choices with global warming and stuff like, and nukes and bombs and stuff like that. But honestly, at least there's not dragons flying out of the sky from nowhere. Which honestly, if it is a God simulator, he might be able to do. Or maybe it's some other, like, mythological creature that the higher intelligence not humans, alien things have created. Or made up with their minds. So, yeah.
So my point with all of that, within this conversation with him, is whatever is higher than us I have faith is loving. And that's where you have to make an actual choice with that. Just like a parent to a child. And we get frustrated as ones that don't know all the things as kids, not understanding what's going on. So to lean into something that has a higher intelligence, higher knowing, I will say, can be beneficial. Also, be careful with that, because that will be used to exploit you for control. So if anything higher than you is trying to control you, that's a red flag. But if that higher thing is consistent with love and wanting you to be your true self within everything else, interconnected and part of everything, then that's a good thing to lean into. Boom. I mean, Crosby, got anything to add? I mean, that's where I'm coming from.
Okay, but back to my point. I'm not trying to argue with you, by the way.
You can argue.
I'm just saying another thing.
Crosby, listen. I love arguments.
I know, but I'm just saying another thing. Back to what I was saying before you started talking. So, honestly, this, if we are in a God simulator sandbox thing, then this player has obviously been playing for a long time. I mean, that's definitely obvious, but we're not seeing, I mean, there's like hurricanes and stuff, which basically adds to the point that this game adds natural disasters. But if there's these giant hurricanes, I mean, after a while they go away, but that could be a part of just like the scripting of it all. He's not interfering with that. Like, he's not making it go away or making it be stronger, which probably means that he knows that we will somehow...
And he has no gender, by the way.
I'm just saying.
When you're referencing he has no gender.
Yeah, he, she, it. Let's say it. It has... It isn't interfering, because it probably knows that if it interferes with too many of these natural disasters or like occurrences or like oil stuff and all that, then us as humans could probably start picking up on that. Like, they would probably start to gain more clues that we're living in a simulation, and all of a sudden that player, his game, his perfect world, not perfect, definitely not perfect, but his world,
its world
would go downhill. And its game would be probably a lot less fun if there are just these like giant space objects flying through space with a signal of some sort of thing saying, we know you're out there. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that it's definitely, if we are living in a sandbox, it is definitely pretty smart at this game. If we are in a game.
So then the conclusion is, so far, there's never anything concluded. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't
The
say
more
this,
we know, the more we don't know. That's my conclusion.
I wouldn't say this
It's a paradox, right?
I wouldn't say this is done.
Yeah, but it's interesting to pay attention to. So what do you do after that?
After what?
Just knowing that in this moment.
Well, I would say that a lot of people's happiness would go down knowing that they're just something in this giant game. It's basically just a speck. I mean, a lot of people are already sad that They're just this tiny little dot in the middle of emptiness that is known as space.
So what do you do after that?
I don't know. I mean, my brain can't really comprehend that right now. I don't even know what it would do after that. I mean, it could be like, whoa, that's super cool, or it could be like, all right, I guess I'll just keep living my life. I mean, I haven't experienced any rough moments in my 11 years of living, so I probably won't experience anything. I mean, I'm not saying that I won't get into any car crashes or anything that severe. That could definitely happen, but I'm just saying my life's going pretty good. So you have anything to say?
Yeah. I have a lot to say.
Okay. Speak your words.
Speak my words, mouth.
Mouth words.
I think that wraps it up. And I guess I would say, end of story, after all that, after all existential isms, we're held in love. And I found that through hard times. And it's important to remember that. So patience is important. Because it's a hard place to be. Wherever we are in this video game life,
If we are in a video game life.
if we are in the video game life, this is a very hard place to be. We're in level like hard. So if you feel like it's hard, it's for a reason beyond your understanding. And it's okay. So just relax into things are going to get better than this. And they always will. Because we're held in love. Whoever's creating this simulation, or whatever you want to call it, is loving. That's the note I will end on. Crosby, anything else?
Well, my right brain is telling me that be yourself. And my left brain is telling me that the sun is very mean. I mean,
What?
sometimes, like, it was being bad, shining in the camera and all that. So my left brain is kind of ticked off about that. But my right brain is perfectly fine and kind of confused why my left brain is being so mad.
So great.
See? Like right now. Left brain don't like that.
Alright. Peace and love, y'all. We're gonna have fun tonight.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna go dancing. Matt Tabor! We'll let you go. Alright.
Bye.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Bye.